thinking and making this research and thinking about like how do you use that information, then you got it, right? So after you do the blueprint and you answer all these questions here, right, all you need to do is just think about like what drives that sales, that person the most, because you have all these things, right? And if you tackle all of these drivers like fear, desire, like future pacing and imagination, how success looks like, you also tackle all these features, and you know what you need to tackle. What you're doing now, you're not doing copywriting based on gut feeling. Everything you write has a meaning, and everything comes from the reviews, customer complaints, and customer sentences. And this is just so cool, because your product becomes alive, because you're not trying to sell. You are providing them value, just value. You're just giving them complete value and making sure that they're going to make the good decision on buying this product. And if they don't buy your product, that's good. That's also good, because you don't want people who don't want your product to buy your product. You want only people who want your product to buy your product, because you don't want to get bad reviews from someone who really didn't need the product, just bought the product because you convinced them so hard and give them so crazy promises that they didn't, maybe they didn't need, just saying. Cool. Okay, so let's start. Images. That's my favorite topic, because I also, like, at the beginning when I started Amazon, I did all the images myself. With my two daughters, I went outside, did all these images, and funny that even like Alibaba, in Alibaba they're using my images. My daughter's there. It's just crazy. Honestly, it's just insane. What do you do? Well, don't complain. Okay, so anyway, always work on the system, not in the system. So approach images in systematic way. That's why I went to Philippines, hiring all these people, because I want to build a system and get people to do that stuff, because I want to grow, and we need to grow, and I want to grow in this Amazon business. So I want to know how to do it better, faster, and how make people to do that. And so that's why it's easy for me to teach that, because I'm teaching that stuff all the time with my own employees. So strategic plan for the images. So these are the basic image types I want you to adapt. If you think about images, then think about image categories or image types or image purposes. And each of these images has different angle and different purpose. And why Amazon listing images are important. Let's speak about that first. Let's get that out of the way, because maybe some people don't know. So main image is important to get clicks, right? Your main image, if it doesn't stand out, if it's not in contrast, if there's not something cool there, then if it fades into the everything, then it doesn't stand out. You don't get clicks, right? And you measure that by click-through rate in that search term report. Click-through rate is, by the way, something that you need to learn how to read. Extremely important. So other images, you get sales, right? And you measure that by conversion rate, right? Conversion rate as overall conversion rate in business reports and in search term report. So as you see, main image drives mostly the clicks, and other images are driving mostly conversion rate, something like this. So main image, what do you need to know about main image? There's different ways how you can tackle the main image, but one of the things you can see on this particular comparison is the image on the right side is filled. It's like really, really full, right? It has almost no white space, right? And if your competitors don't have or have a lot of white space, then try to always fill the main image as much as you can, because it really makes your product bigger. It feels more abundant. And obviously, if your product has different things, like this guy has a lot of things in the package, put all of them there, because this makes it feel that you have a lot of things. But he's using also the badge, which is not allowed. So do this with your own caution. But I really like that on the right side. I think it's something for the beard. This image is really cool because it feels really like abundant. It's a lot of things for this price, right? Now the middle image, I like and put it here because they are doing something that, again, nobody's doing. There's like electricity going out there, right? Again, it's a little bit freaky, but then again, it's something that catches your attention because nobody's doing that. I mean, a lot of people are not doing that. I immediately found and this immediately catches my attention because they're doing, again, something that nobody's doing, right? Now on the left side, it's the same thing. When I saw that image, I was like curious. Like, what is that? Because it's on the main page, it's so much smaller. And if you can put something on the image that drives curiosity, like this one here, like a coffee is dropping on a couch, right? Then people will start, oh, what is that? Oh, whoa, wait a second, what is that? And I remember there's so many cool tricks you can do. One product was like a woman was holding the product with the hand, and there was like beautiful nails, like beautiful red nails. And these nails were capturing attention immediately. Of course, this is a gray area. Do it with your own caution. But Amazon basically allows you to add like product, package, and everything that's product contains on a main image. It doesn't allow you to add badges or anything that's not in the package on the main image. On Amazon Estonian conference, I bought out that we are designing the packages also to stand out from the crowd, and that's what we still do. We make a main image like we type in the main keyword, and then we make a screenshot, and we put our different packages that we have on there on top 5. And then we tackle the colors and angles in a way that, okay, we want to stand out. And usually on top of the box, I put this red stripe, a big red stripe, which like is pointing to the headline. But anyway, everybody can do it in a way they want to do. But remember that your product has to stand out. And usually the way you stand out is by shape, by amount of products you add on the main image, by angle, by colors, and by elements, and by curiosity or something like this electricity stuff. So that's about main image. Let's go further. Second most important image on your Amazon listing is a second image. And I know a lot of people can actually argue with that, but I believe that because I think that the second image people are looking is either the second image or the last image. They go either to the second image or to the last image after they come on your listing. And that's where I ask you, if people are opening your listing, are you able to explain them in 30 seconds why your product is better than others? Are you? Here you go. You have solutions here. This is how you do it. when you did the product blueprint, then that's how you do it, right? So you do that. It's really common sense, guys. I mean, it's so simple. You just think about what are the things people are comparing on the market, and you make these. That's yes. We have that. Others have that, and now you put these like the things that are the problematic things, or things that others, or maybe things that you added to the product, and you make these as a red element. It's like no, right? And so this is the way how you this is called infographic. And if you want to know about infographics, you can type in Pinterest or something. You can type in infographic, and you find a lot of infographics, a lot of different style infographics. And like the image already says, infographic is something that can provide lots of information in really fast and quick way, and it provides information in comparison mode. And remember what are people? They are comparison machines. They want to do a smart decision, right? And you're helping them. You're helping them to make a smart decision. So that's why I say this image should be either second or last on your Amazon listing. You can choose. You can test it, right? Cool. Let's go to the next image. Strategic plan, image number 3. Emotional image. Emotional image actually is about emotions, as it says, emotion. And remember, guys, we spoke about in blueprint, right? We have these, who is buying, and for who they buy, these 2 questions, right? So these are the people who are actually want you, when they look at your images and look at your product, then they want to kind of like feel in that moment. I mean, this left side, when dad is playing chess with the guy, with the little boy, it's a good image because it really tackles emotions, right? If the father wants to buy the chess, then this is what they want to feel, right? They want to feel that the son will feel good. Even if they lose, it doesn't matter because they want the son to feel good, right? And so I would say the boring emotional image is the middle one on top here, where the people are just sitting with a tent. It's not even nice weather, and I put it there on purpose because this can be done so much better. I mean, people really want emotions. Like emotions means that something cool, something funny, something that you can can relate better. I mean it's fine, emotional image, but it's, I think, in my opinion, the middle one with the tent, it's actually boring main image, boring emotional image. And then there's like one party game and people are drinking. But you know what? Yeah, I don't know. But basically you want emotions, right? Emotions with the products. This is pretty basic. And you will find actually from the blueprint, we also have these occasions, right? We have these questions. What are the occasions people using the product? And you will find that from reviews as well. And if you don't, then dig deeper, or just Google. But basically people are not buying product for, how they say it, like they don't buy drill for the drill. They buy drill to make a hole in the wall, right? They actually buy hole in the wall. So fear image. Now this is cool stuff. I met one guy in Las Vegas, one Amazon seller, and he sold umbrellas. And he made this in Finland. There's this one place where you can fly. Like you can go there, and then you can. This is like a small room that really blows air from up to the air, and then you can fly, like literally you can be on the air. And he made this video with umbrella in that particular place where there's really strong wind coming from down, and then umbrella didn't break, right? He really made a good sales with that stuff. So that's, if you can show your product somehow. Yeah, wind tunnel. Yeah, Fernie. Yes. So he made this umbrella image there and video also, and he made a good sales with this umbrella because the umbrella didn't break. Again, in the blueprint we had that. What are the usability issues, material issues, all this stuff, right? So if you can make your product better, or show somehow that your product is not breaking or does not have these issues that people are fearing, and they're leaving bad reviews for your competitors, then voila, you have a winner. And imagine, you know what, but do you know what people do before they buy? If they don't read the reviews, then at least they read some bad reviews. They try to at least somehow talk themselves out of buying something. You know, they're still like, oh, should I buy this or not? Oh shit, I know. Let's see the bad reviews. Let's check those bad reviews. Maybe I will not buy this product. You know, yeah, I knew that this is the problem. This is the problem. Oh, this guy doesn't have that, right? And so, and by the way, you know, as you see, we approach things and these images systematically. Like I told, you know, always think from systematic standpoint, like always work on the system, not in the system, right? And this is another type of image, like a question image, and I call it question image because usually people are asking these questions from your competitors' listings. They're asking like, is it oven safe? Is it microwave safe, right? Like, is this perfect for, is it good for kids or women? Like usually this question image is like perfect for, like meant for. Who is this meant? In which occasions you can use that product, and for what type of safety or whatever there is. So you can find that from the questions type. And if people are really asking some type of questions everywhere about this product, I mean, you can, if you tackle that thing, again, your product is supreme because nobody else is tackling that question. They just need to ask that question from these competitors. So you can actually, this is your opportunity to show that on your listing images, and boom, you have a better listing image. All right, cool. Features, size, image. You know how many bad reviews you have received because the product was a little bit bigger or actually smaller than actually they received. You know, if your product has that problem that people might perceive that the product is bigger, and when they receive a product and it's smaller, you better show these measurements there. You better show these measurements there. And of course, if you don't have that problem, then you always good is to show the whole package, like what is in the package, like in totality in the package. Like features can be everything. Features and size, I put it in one because, you know, like when you show these sizes of the product, you can also show that also the materials and the contents of the package, and it can actually combine into one picture in order to save space. So features and sizes can actually fit into one image on a lot of cases. You can see on the first image on the left side, it's from the one suitcase, and this actually only shows features like there's like TSA locks and, you know, soft handle and balanced edge, and it only shows features, right? But, you know, on many cases you can features and sizes you can put in one image. And, you know, think about this. It's really stupid if you get a bad review because someone, you know, you were selling something amazing and they received something mini. We had this product, you know, and sometimes you need to put something on next to that product. We had this, I think we had some bowling set or something, like bowling, like, you know, kids bowling stuff or something. And it was so small. And on pictures, it looks cool. So actually it was as big as this little can, 33 liters, like 0.33 liters can. So I had to put the can on it next to it so people understand. We just got so many bad reviews otherwise. And instructions image. Ask yourself if your product is something that is difficult to understand. Like this product, for example, is for cars. If they have a scratch on the window, then you can fix that scratch somehow with this tool. And sometimes people think that if the product is not easy to understand what it does, then you kind of need to explain it on image so people will see that, oh, this is just takes 20 minutes or this is a few minutes and it's easy to use actually. Because sometimes your product is really difficult to understand how to use that. And people may think that, oh, it's so difficult to use that product, or it's difficult to assemble that product, or difficult to, you know, whatever. You know, you read that actually from the bad reviews, again, from competitors. You already know that problem. So you can tackle that with instructions image. If there is instructional problems, then you can tackle that with instructions image. We have that on many cases. And you know what? On the left side, I put here, upload your video. Do you know that you can actually upload videos to your listing? I don't know, is this like for branded products only? But we have that. And if you have that, then I recommend to upload some how to use the product, how to assemble the product, how to whatever do with the product, how to be happy with the product, like add stuff there. All right, cool. So by the way, a lot of people don't know what type of problem they have. Like usually the product doesn't sell. So the first question is, do you have a traffic or conversion problem? And if you have a traffic problem, then it's keyword research, main image, and reviews and headline, right? Think about if you don't have a lot of traffic on your listing, then one of the ways you can get that better improved is with ads and keyword research. But still, it's a main image. And if you have a bad click-through rate on your keywords, then you should definitely tackle the main image and the headline. And remember that in the headline, if your product is really dependent on comparison, like I said, then make sure you add that stuff to the headline, which so people are easy to compare. Yeah. What are the biggest restrictions? Restrictions to what? The images? Restrictions. If you speak about restrictions on images, then the biggest restrictions are texts. And remember, I showed you this infographic, right? So in some categories, infographics are really bad to use, and because nobody's using it, and it might be that Amazon can, it's a gray area. So I'm going to tell you immediately, use it with your own caution. But usually the texts are bad when you are doing marketing. So remember that if you are doing marketing means that you're trying to convince, you're trying to sell with the texts on the image, then Amazon, they don't like it. But if the texts on your image are informative means that they are just giving information that is good for the customer, then it's, I've not seen any friends, I don't have any friends who had huge problems with at least I don't know, maybe there is, but just keep texts, don't convince anyone to buy. Don't do any like buy now or have this weird sentences which make people to buy. Like rather just be plain and blunt with just give information what is good for them, right? Another restrictions that Amazon doesn't want is that if you have one unit in a box, then you put it on a main image with like 3 units. Like you put this one product from many different angles on the main image. This is actually one tactic that we have used before, to make main image feel more abundant. We put the same product in many different angles. You can try it out. We put box in different angles and product in different angles to the main image, and Amazon doesn't like it. Again, they probably just remove the image if they don't like it. Don't put text on the main image. Main image, text in not. Don't ever put any text on the main image, and don't ever put any badges on the main image. Even if others are doing that, don't do that, okay? Rather put the badge on the box, and show the box different angles, and, put the product in many different angles. And even that is really gray area, but, it can show more abundance on the main image. Sometimes also showing things, what Amazon doesn't like is also badges, like badges in other images. Like badges in other images are also these marketing stuff, right? So don't try to do that. I don't recommend to do that anyway. So again, like you have to take this approach that you don't need to convince anyone to buy your product. Don't convince. Convincing is actually, in my opinion, it actually kills. Imagine, guys, when I'm going to start convincing you now so that you have to buy something from me. I mean, how do you feel? You won't feel great, right? So anyway, like even ebook, you can show. I mean, I wouldn't show it on the main image. You can do it if you can. I mean, you can try it out, but yeah, ebook is also something that I would show on some other images. Yeah. Right, cool. So anyway, that's about images and copywriting so far. I hope you found this useful, and I just have one announcement to make about what's going on with what we're building. We are launching next Friday, 8th of May. We're going to do this advanced sales course. The reason I made this training is actually to hire more salespeople on my own team. And so I had to make a course that I can teach to my own salespeople, own people who hire. And so that's why we put it online, so everybody can have that. Everything you have actually learned from this course, everything I teach you so far is already in that course. But in that course, we have step-by-step action plan and all this. We tackle more of information and better. Everything goes deeper. I already teach you these principles of sales, and everything what you hear right now is in the course. But in the course, it's actually action steps, and it's deeper how, and it shows you really step-by-step how to do those things, right? And this is course only meant to increase sales. In this course, doesn't speak about how to find the product, how to speak with suppliers. This course is literally meant, if you have a product that stands on Amazon, it doesn't make good, it doesn't make sales, then how to make it sell. That's the course is meant. And of course, like I said, the second reason I made the course is that I can hire and train salespeople to my own team. And these people will take over the products, and they make the products better, and they make the products to sell. Because eventually we have so many products, and that's why I need that. And so if you want to get to know more about that particular course, all that you're learning here and ton of extra is fully documented, teaching step-by-step process in advanced Amazon course. We call it Amazon Sales Masterclass. You can actually go to that link and you can sign up with the webinar, which actually was yesterday. If you missed that, you can actually watch replay, and it actually introduces you the whole course. And if you want it, you can have it. If you don't want it, nothing happens. I mean, that's how your sales will be as it is, or you get the information somewhere else. This is step-by-step process, how to advancedly sell on Amazon. It means how you can get your products to sell. If you have a product doesn't sell, this is how you make it sell. Amazon is a recipe. This is the recipe, step-by-step action plan with ingredients, how you do stuff. And everything I teach you on all these weeks, I'm covering more depth and more deeply in that course. So in that course, I'm not speaking how to create listing. I'm not speaking about how to set up ad campaigns. I'm speaking how to make these things work. So this is the sales course. It tackles advanced sales tactics and strategies with step-by-step action plan. So anyway, that's being said, again, if you want it, you can go check it out, have it. If you don't, no problem. Next week, we're going to speak about, actually next week we have a pause. And after next week, we're going to speak about keyword strategy and how to create one. And quickly, let's speak a little bit about keyword strategy and why this is important. You know, a lot of people are making crazy amount of efforts on images, on bullet points. They make a good product. They really create a product. They really look for the product. They create good product and they make good images, make good bullet points, get reviews. And you know what? The product doesn't sell. And you know what? Why? Because a lot of people forget the keywords. And what I mean by keywords is, let me ask you a question. Sometimes, I mean, I just looked from a Bluetooth speaker, had 33,000 keyword phrases. Every keyword phrase is a lottery ticket. Every keyword phrase is a door to your listing from where someone can come in and buy your product. Every keyword phrase is a lottery ticket, it's a sales channel. Do you think you can put 33,000 keywords into your listing? Hell no, you never do that. You can't do that, right? So the only way you can actually be successful on Amazon is tackling the right keywords with product that fits on these keywords. So what I want to say is that here it is. So you can't tackle all the keywords because there's a lot of keywords and every keyword is a sales channel. If you don't know how to build a keyword strategy, you don't know how to pick keywords which will start making you sales quickly, then it might be that you end up being with keywords where there's a ton of traffic, there's crazy amount of competitors, everybody has their good products there, and you're just standing in the traffic jam. You're sitting in the traffic jam, your product's doing nothing. Because Amazon is a sales engine. It's not a shop, it's a sales engine. So keywords are as important as your product, pictures or images like bullets, everything. So we're going to speak about this. We're going to speak about keywords so next week we don't have a call, but after that we have a call on 14th of May. And again, advanced Amazon course starts next Friday. So if you want to know how to make products to sell, how to make stuff work, to save time, to have this recipe that we are using with our own people, then, and everything in advance, then you can find it from the link. I put it, let me just actually send it to the chat box as well. And so thank you for watching. Thank you for watching very much. So again, Amazon success is like a recipe. I always tell that also to my own employees. It's like, imagine you're baking a cake. And imagine if you're using random ingredients and you're using random ingredients in random times. Do you think you can get good cake? Or what if you leave out some ingredients and you do some things in wrong time? Amazon business is exactly the same. You have to know the recipe, step-by-step plan, and you don't leave anything out. Let me give you an example. You don't launch or rank your product before you have reviews, right? You don't dump money on ads before you have your keyword strategy. You don't make your listing before you have a blueprint. So these things, if you have to do them in correct order and in correct times, and sometimes you're gathering information, sometimes you're validating information, sometimes you're improving your listing. So Amazon is a recipe. So if you want advanced recipe we are using, then again, from the chat box, go to this link, watch replay of the webinar, and you can get it right now. School starts next Friday, last 6 weeks, and this is for you. And this also allows you, by the way, if you're making money already, this allows you to hire people and train them as your sales agents. And next time, keyword strategy. Don't forget it. Thank you. Bye-bye.